Hey guys, this is Nick here with What Game Now, and we're back with our Warcaster command group discussions with the Marcher Worlds. Just as we did with the Eternus Continuum, we're going to go ahead and talk about who the ISA are first before we get into their models. The ISA exists on the outside of humanity. So the bulk of humanity is under the Iron Star Alliance. The Marcher Worlds are on the outskirts of that. They are a loose confederation of countries, corporations, revolutionary movements, just groups in general. And they've spent the last number of years locked in a Cold War against the ISA. Essentially, they're the two big kids on the block. And recently, with the starting to decrease in amount of ARC available out there, we've seen a heating up of that conflict. And now the ISA and the Marcher Worlds are truly in conflict at full scale war. Officially, their stated goal effect is to save people from the tyranny of the ISA. They are freedom fighters. They see themselves as the good guys. And to do that, they use armies composed of slightly lower tech equipment, but highly rugged and reliable, using mercenaries, guerrillas, freedom fighters, and in some cases, professional soldiers to do that. So let's talk about those soldiers. Starting off, we have the Coalition Weaver. The Coalition Weaver is, as the name implies, their Weaver. This is the guy your Fury spells are going to come out of. Speed 6, Mat and Rat 3. Nothing out of the ordinary there, although the Mat and Rat's a little bit on the lower side, so this isn't necessarily a reliable combat piece. Defense 4, Armor 3, does have 2 hit points, means this is much more durable than you might think. And Focus 4 means you're on par with everybody else when it comes to channeling ciphers. Deployment costs 1 on a 30 mil base, nice and cheap to come out, easy to hide. Weapon loadout, you have a range 8 POW 3 handgun. The range 8 is a little unfortunate. It means that this model kind of has to get close to actually use it. That being said, if you're using your pistol, something's probably gone a little bit wrong. The one weapon you actually might find yourself using a little bit more often is the Battle Staff. So the Battle Staff has the repulsor rule. That's what that little kind of radar symbol is there. Whenever you hit somebody, equal or smaller base size is pushed 3 inches away. This isn't a big deal when it comes to infantry, because most infantry, if you hit them, are going to probably die. But to knock somebody off an objective, if they're a hero, you can pick on other weavers. You actually can bully about a little bit with this. Arcantric Amplifier, when you're charged, your Fury Ciphers gain +5 range. They start at 10 for the Arc Relay rule, so 15 inches is pretty good. You're probably going to have this guy charged out there more often than not, because 10 is a little bit on the light side for range. So you're likely going to have that arc on him. And if you resolve a Fury Cipher through it, you can spike that arc to return that card to your hand. This is particularly useful, say, with the one that lets you slam, to fire it off twice in a turn. Once in the first Cipher phase, spike, and do it once again in the second Cipher phase. This gives this model a bit more board control than you might think just by looking at it, and that's something that the Marcher Worlds generally tend to lack. A lot of their stuff tends to focus on high output damage. They will essentially kill anything that they shoot at, but they don't have a lot of tricks, and this guy's got a few tricks in him. One that doesn't have many tricks is the Hunter. The Hunter is, quite frankly, a sledgehammer. Scalpel might be better. Speed 7, it's pretty good. Mat 3, wah. Rat 6. No, that is not a typo. This thing gets 6 white dice when it shoots. Defense 4, Armor 2. Good defense, pathetic armor, 1 hit point. If you're hit, you're probably dead. But you have a range 15 sniper rifle at which to shoot people and stay away. And at speed 7, you can get out of dodge fairly quickly. So you're a glass cannon. Highly accurate glass cannon. To add to that glass cannon feel, fire and displace. After you resolve a ranged attack, this model can move up to 3 inches. That includes during the cipher phases. So if you use, I think it's aggression theorem to take a free shot, you get a 3-inch move off that. Once charged, it gains stealth. Cannot be targeted by attacks made by models more than 8 inches away. Interesting note with this, you're probably backing cover hiding anyway, so against things that can't ignore stealth, that's a big deal. Against the things that can ignore stealth, you're probably dead, because they're probably going to ignore your cover and just blow you to bits. It does require your opponent to spend resources to go do it, and in a limited turn game like Warcaster, That's kind of important. Making your opponent do things that they don't want to do is going to make their life harder. And the last ability on this guy is Arc Booster. When attacking with the sniper rifle, you can spike. No big deal. You probably want to be charged anyway for that accuracy, because you are POW 4. If you spike, you drop their armor by 1. And this is after you've hit and before you make the damage roll. So I've seen this thing one-shot light Warjacks. It's not unheard of. It can do it. Has to spike pretty good. Get a lot of good dice, but it can do it. It's going to kill a lot of heroes. It's going to kill a lot of support characters. This guy's job is a sniper. He is there to pick off your opponent's key models. Notice that this is contrasted with, say, the Continuum, where the Continuum has a little bit more control-y effect. This guy just says, well, what if I just kill your relevant model? That's control too. The Ranger Fire Team unit, deployment cost 2, 3-man unit, pretty standard here. Speed 6, Mat Rat 3, Def 3, Armor 3. Nothing out of the ordinary there. Those are actually perfectly average stats. Rat 3 does mean, since this is a ranged unit, you're probably going to want to charge it to get its accuracy up. And that's okay, because when we get to its other abilities, you'll see why. Weapon Rise, it actually has 3 of them. Keep in mind you can attack with all your ranged or all your melee attacks, so this thing can actually shoot twice. Battle Rifle, range 12, POW 4. POW 4 is really good. Range 12 is pretty decent. It's better than, say, the Maternus Continuum Reavers. So it's a pretty decent gun. Null Detonator, range 6, no POW. Okay. And a Fusion Blade, in case somebody, for some reason, you need to stab something. Abilities, Slip Displacer. This unit can spike to move 3 inches. And with the way Warcaster movement works, that gets you like 15 inches away from where you started. Because you move 6. You then place the other members of your squad within 2 inches of that first guy. So you put a guy 2 inches further forward and put him out there. So your first guy moved 6. The other guy's within 2 of that guy. So you're over 9 inches away from where you started with the lead guy. You then do this again. Okay, you get a 3-inch move with that lead guy. So we were at a little over 9, now we go to 12. But then you get the 2 inches of coherency plus the base size. You can get guys about 15 inches away from where you started just with their innate abilities. And that's not even ignoring the fact that you actually can use a cipher to get them to go 3 inches further. Mechanical Optics, when they're charged, the battle rifle gains +4 range to range 16. Puts them on par with sniper ranges, lets them touch things in weird places, and combined with their movement, I find that this unit's actually very helpful for Marcher Worlds because you need that objective presence while still leveraging your guns, and this unit can do both. The Null Detonator has the Nullifier rule, doesn't cause any damage, but it pulls an arc off whatever it hits. When this matters, it's a big deal. But at range 16 and how fast you move, it doesn't come up as often as I would think. I think I've only seen it used about 2 or 3 times in total. So it's a weird ability, but when it matters, don't forget it's there. That brings us to our Warjack, the Dusk Wolf. Standard Warjack stats, except it is speed 5. It's a little bit slower than its companions. But at Rat 4, its accuracy is much better than, say, the Scourge. 3 hard points, 2 arms and a shoulder. 5 weapon points, 3 hit points. This is all fairly standard. Important thing is the abilities. Arcantric Turbine, this model gains +1 speed for each arc on it. So this could potentially be speed 8. You can make it a flying 10 with the right card. This has the same slip displacer that everybody else does, spike to move 3 inches. So again, a lot of movement out of this model. It could potentially move 16 inches at a turn if you use the right ciphers on it. It comes with the Neural Net and Scout Cortex at this time. The Fighter and the Sniper are coming a little bit later. The Neural Net gives you a defense bonus for other friendly units within 5 inches. Makes this thing kind of a cockroach to kill, but it requires you to turtle up a bit. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but you have to watch out for it. Scout Head is your money. You get to Pathfinders, you get to move around terrain at no penalty, which is good. It's helping your maneuverability. But Smart Lock, when you're charged, you ignore cover. So right off the bat, I think that's the winner out of the first wave of weapons. The other ones we'll talk about when the time comes. I think there's an argument for both the Sniper and the Fighter. The Neural Net is a little bit weird, although when it goes off, it's amazing. So let's close this off with some weapons. Let's start with the Ripper. This is an arm one, cost 1. Whenever you make an attack, you can make an additional attack. So you punch somebody, you get to swing twice. It's range 2, POW 4, meaning you're going to likely be in range. POW 4 is a respectable hit. So, you know what? For 1 point, I can get on board with it. The one issue I have, though, is the battle rifle right below it. This is also an arm weapon. It's also cost 1. Why wouldn't I just take a battle rifle? Same charge. This is the same gun that the fire team has. Charge it for +4 range, and it is POW 4. If you're going for a ranged build, double battle rifle is a thing. Next up, center top, we have the railgun shoulder weapon. This has the same arc booster ability that the hunter has, but it's range 18, POW 5. So it's just a better gun. This thing will plaster the crap out of some stuff pretty easily. The only downside is cost 3, limiting you to either 1 other weapon or 2 little ones. I like railgun double battle rifle with the scout head. Battle rifles are reasonably hard-hitting weapons, and the railgun will crack anything. Flamethrower. This is a fire spray weapon, range 10, POW 3. Really helpful because none of the other weapons on this guy really do multiple attacks. The Ripper does if you get close enough, and the Talon, we're going to get to in a moment, is a blast weapon. But being able to clear off multiple models, potentially separated with a single attack, isn't a bad thing. And you know what? I can get on board with a flamethrower. Talon rocket pod, standard cost 2 rocket pack, it's explosive, range 12, POW 4. Nothing much to write home about here. It's costing 1 less, puts it on par with the flamethrower and cheaper than the railgun, which is pretty good. If you need a ranged option, you'd be hard pressed to do worse than a Talon. It's also worth knowing that's only one of the 2 shoulder hardpoints, so unless you're running no shoulder weapon, which you're allowed to do, you're kind of taking a Talon. The only reason I could see to take no shoulder weapon would be double flamethrower, and I don't think that's good. I could totally see railgun double Ripper or double battle rifle railgun. So, guys, that takes us through the Marcher Worlds. Fairly quick video, but it's the nice thing about only having 4 things to worry about. I will catch you on the next one when we do the ISA.
Hey, this is Dave. If you like what we're doing here at What Game Now, go ahead and click on one of the videos which should be on either side of me, or click right in the middle and go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit the bell once you subscribe so that you know when we have new videos. Please go ahead and share us with your friends. Let everybody know that we're here. Thank you for watching, and thank you for all of our subscribers already. And we look forward to bringing you more content every chance that we get.